Hello everyone, this is Alban here and welcome to today's session. In today's session of learning, we will understand the fundamentals of compound interest. So you have already understood and know what is simple interest. Alright, so in case of simple interest, the principal remains the same for the entire period or for the entire time. And if that interest calculated wherein the principal remains same and does not change, then that particular interest is called as simple interest. Okay, as against that, there is another interest called as compound interest. So in case of compound interest, there will be interest on interest. So we'll take one particular example wherein we understand how does the compound interest work. Before we move on to the calculation of compound interest with an example, let us understand how does simple interest work. Okay, so simple interest, let me give you an example. So 50,000 rupees is the principal amount and interest rate is 7% for year 2. 2 years is the time. And now let me write the formula. What is the formula? The formula for calculating simple interest is SI, that is simple interest, is equal to P into T into I. So P stands for principal, T stands for time and I stands for interest rate. So let me calculate it here. 50,000 is principal into time, here is 2 years, into 7%. 7 divided by 100. So what is the answer here? The answer is 7,000. Okay, so you can cancel this 2 zeros. Okay, and then you can multiply 500 with 2, that becomes 1000. 1000 multiplied with 7 becomes 7000. So this is the answer of simple interest. So if we keep a deposit of rupees 50,000 for 2 years in bank at the rate of 7% interest rate, that is simple interest rate, we get the simple interest as rupees 7,000. So what is the final amount we get? Amount formula is principal plus simple interest. The final amount we get after 2 years is 50,000 plus 7,000, that sums up to 57,000. Okay, so this calculation is based on simple interest method. So we'll see for the same question in case of compound interest, what interest do we get, whether simple interest is higher or compound interest is higher. Let's understand. Okay, I have mentioned the question here, the same question for calculation on the basis of compound interest method. So the initial deposit is rupees 50,000. So deposit here is nothing but principal and 2 years time. So this is T time and this is I, that is interest rate. So it's mentioned here compounded annually. So when the word compounded is mentioned, it means we have to calculate on the basis of compound interest method. So it is compounded yearly. Annually means yearly. So let's start the calculation with the same formula, that is P into T into I. Alright. So we'll calculate the interest on the same method, and here we have 2 years. So first we'll write it like this. First year, let's calculate for first year here below, and then we'll calculate it for second year below. So first year, as you know, it will be 50,000 into time is 1 year, because it is for only 1 year. 1 into I is 7 divided by 100. Okay, so we'll cancel these two zeros, and 500 multiplied with 1 becomes 500 multiplied with 7, and the answer we get is rupees 3500. So this particular interest is relating to the first year only. Fine. Now what happens to the base principal amount for the second year? So here, in case of compound interest, the principal amount is not just 50,000, whereas this particular interest which was calculated in the first year gets added to the principal amount for second year compound interest calculation. So what is the new compounded principal amount? It is 53,500 and not 50,000. Fine. So this is the principal here, and we will put the same formula. Time is 1 year, even though it is second year. This is first year, this is second year. So 1 year is here and another year is here. Into 1 multiply with time is done. Now interest rate. Interest rate is mentioned as 7%. Okay, so cancel these two zeros. So 535 into 1 is 535. Multiply 535 with 7 and we get the answer as rupees 3745. Clear? So our first year's interest is 3500 and second year's interest is 3745. So now we will add these two interest. So 3500 plus 3745. Okay, so what is the interest total? 7245. Okay, now we will just go to the previous calculation wherein we had got how much as the interest? We had got rupees 7,000 as the interest in case of simple interest method, and in case of compound interest method we have found the answer as 7245. In case of compound interest method it is 7245, and in case of simple interest method it is 7,000. Compound interest method and simple interest method. So what is the difference? Difference is rupees 245. So if we calculate interest for 2 years at 7% per annum, compound interest wins and we get extra interest of 245 rupees. Isn't this great? So the interest of rupees 245 is more when compared to the calculation done under simple interest method. And now that's why I said in case of compound interest method there is interest on interest. So where is it? So here 50,000 plus 3,500. When we added this 3,500 relating to the first year, on this 3,500 also we got 7% interest. That is 50,000 plus 3,500 became 53,500. So on this we calculated 7%, right? So what happened to this 3,500? On this also we got the extra 7%. That's why we got this 245 extra. So this is how the compound interest works. So most of all, if you go and keep a deposit in the bank, we don't get simple interest there. Instead, banks provide us compound interest. Okay, so let me give you another example with the calculation so that you all get the even more clarity relating to the computation under compound interest method. So let me write this question here for you through my tablet writing pen. Now the amount deposited is rupees 1 lakh. Amount deposited is rupees 1 lakh in a nationalized bank for 3 years. So the time here is 3 years and principal amount is rupees 1 lakh. interest rate is 7% per annum, and under the compounded annually method, we have to calculate the amount at the end of third year. So before we calculate the amount at the end of third year, first we have to calculate the interest, right? So we have 3 years given here, so we'll split the number of years. So interest for first year, write it like this, then interest for second year, and interest for third year. So this is a solution, right? So we'll start computing. So the same formula we are going to use, P into I into T. So 1 lakh into I is interest rate is 7% to time. Time is the first year. We are calculating it for first year. So what is the answer here? So we'll cancel this 2 zeros. So 1000 into 7 into 1 is equal to 7000 rupees, right? So this is the simple interest or compound interest. We are discussing compound interest here, and this question is relating to compound interest. So 7000 what we found is compound interest for first year. Hope this is clear. Now tell me, what is the principal for the second year? So it goes like this. So principal is equal to, it's not 1 lakh, we have to add the compound interest what we calculated for the first year. Simple. Add 7000. So our calculated new principal for second year is 1,07,000. Alright. So we'll write the formula once again. P into I into T. Now it is 1,07,000 into interest rate is 7% and time is once again 1 year, because we are just taking the second year, right? So don't write 2 here, we are calculating it separately. Okay, so 1,07,000 into 7% into 1 year, and what is the answer we get? So you can cancel these 2 zeros with these 2 zeros. 1070 into 7. So you can make use of your calculator, and the answer is 7490. 7490. Already you can see there is a difference. In the first year interest calculation we found 7000, and in case of second year we have already got 7490. So there is an increase of rupees 490 when compared to the first year. Why it is? Because we are compounding this interest, we are adding that interest of first year to the principal. So principal got increased by 7000 rupees, and hence the compound interest for the second year also got increased by 490 rupees. Now we'll have to recalculate the principal for the third year. Okay, principal for third year. So from where we have to take this, not this 1 lakh, take this 1,07,000. What was the principal for the second year? Take that 1,07,000 plus you have to add the interest, compound interest relating to the second year, that is 7,490. So what is your calculated principal for the third year? 1,14,490. Okay, so you can add for this 7,000 another 7,000, it becomes 14,000. 1,14,490. Fine. Now write the formula, principal into interest into time. So the principal here is 1,14,490 into interest rate is 7 by 100 into 1, that is third year. So write it just as 1. Now what would be the answer? So cancel this 1 0 with this, and 11449 into 7 divided by 10, and the answer would be in your calculator 8014.30, right? So this is the third year's compound interest. So you can see an increase here, right? 7,000, and here it is 7,490, and here it is 8,014.30. So already we have computed the compound interest for 3 years. Now our question is calculate the amount at the end of third year. So amount formula is you have to add the simple interest, it is compound interest to the principal. So first year interest plus second year interest plus third year interest plus compound interest. So here write it down, 1 lakh plus 7,000 plus 7,490 plus 8014.30, and what is your final answer? 1,22,504.30. You can try it with the simple interest method, and definitely the final amount will be lesser than 1,22,504.3, because this is interest on interest. Next important aspect to learn here is conversion period. So if you don't know what is conversion period, let me tell. The period at the end of which the interest is compounded. The period at the end of which the interest gets compounded is called as conversion period. Note this down. Now you might be wondering, where does this conversion period come in the question given for compound interest calculation? So let me take you to the previous question, right? Deposit rupees 50,000, time is 2 years, interest rate is 7% per annum, compounded annually. So here it is mentioned compounded annually. Compounded annually means calculation is on yearly basis. In the same way, sometimes you get the questions relating to compound interest calculation on compounded quarterly basis, or compounded semi-quarterly, semi-annually. So this kind of questions you might come across. So in that case, conversion period, how to calculate, and what do you mean by number of conversion period in a year, these things you should know. So I am just going to write a small table. If you just note this down, it will be easy for the further computations relating to the compound interest. So first, conversion period, I'll write it as CP. Next one is the description relating to the conversion period, and third one is number of conversions in a year. It's very easy, just follow me so that you will understand it very easily, right? So just I'll write it here. If it is given as compounded annually in the question, then just write it like this. Compounded annually means just see how many months are there in a year. Annually stands for yearly. So conversion period is 12 months, right? So 12 months. And how many times a year comes in a year? One time. So number of conversions in a year is 1. Clear? Now compounded, second situation, compounded semi-annually. Semi-annually means 6 monthly. So there are 2 times, right? In a year you get 6 months. So number of conversions in a year is 2, and this is 6 months. So semi-annually means 6 months, annually means 12 months. Alright, so this is one time it comes in a year annually, and two times you get semi-annually in a year. Next situation is compounded quarterly. Compounded quarterly. So compounded quarterly, how many quarters in a year? 3 monthly. How many 3 months quarters? You get 4 times, right? So in our country it will be 4 times, something like this: April, May, June, that is the first quarter; July, August, September, that is the second quarter; October, November, December, that is the third quarter; and January, February, March, this is the fourth quarter. So if you go and calculate financial year, then these are the quarters: quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. So 4 number of conversions in a year, 4 times. And you can write 3 months. How many times 3 months comes in a year? 4 times. Next one is compounded monthly, right? So it is 1m, that is 1 month. So monthly 1m, and how many times? 12 times you get 1 month in a particular year, right? So you can see it here. Here it was 1 and it is 12m. Now exactly it is coming over here. This 1 came here and 12 came here. Just there is only changes in months, and here only changes in number of conversions, but once again it has repeated vice versa. And lastly you have compounded daily. Compounded daily. So 365 times days, one day comes in a year, right? 365 times number of conversions, and it is 1 day. Clear? So let me repeat once again if you have some confusion here. This is conversion period for you, description, number of conversions happening in a year. So when you come across a question wherein it is mentioned compounded annually, then in a year, annually means yearly, there are 12 months, and annually means only once, one number of conversions in a year. Next is semi-annually. Semi-annually means 6 monthly, 6 months, and 2 times 6 months come in a year. Compounded quarterly means 3 months cluster, it is 3 months, okay, quarter means 3 months, and 4 times 3 months come in a year. So compounded quarterly. Next one is compounded monthly. So compounded monthly means 1 month, and how many 1 months are there in a year? 12 number of months, okay, 12 number of conversions in a year. Compounded daily, right? So 1 day, and 1 day is 365 times coming in a year. So this is how you have to remember conversion period, and this is very important over the time when you calculate compound interest with the help of compound interest formula. So here we had lengthy methods of calculation. So we have to do it for first year, then second year, and then third year. For example, if a question comes, if a query comes for calculation of compound interest for 10 years, then it will be a lengthy calculation. The sheet will go long, and there are chances that you might make a small error. So instead of that, you can calculate compound interest with the very easy and well formulated, well organized formula, and that formula will help you to calculate compound interest. But one trick is, without knowing these conversion periods, okay, without knowing this conversion periods table, you will go wrong with the computation. That's why I have mentioned the details relating to conversion period. Please note this. First, we will understand how the compound interest formula works. Without knowing the basics here, you will fumble later on while calculating the complicated questions which come under compound interest topic. So first let me write it. A is equal to P bracket open 1 plus I whole to the power n. So this is the formula for calculating amount in case of compound interest. And how does the compound interest come here? You will have to deduct principal from amount. Then you get the compound interest, right? So this looks simple, but we'll have to understand few fundamentals. Right now we understood something called as conversion period, right? So we cannot miss this conversion period concept here in this compound interest formula, right? Now you can see here I. Now A stands for the final amount including compound interest. P stands for principal. This is 1, okay, digit 1. I stands for interest rate, which is given in the question, okay, and N stands for time. Remember this, N stands for time or number of years mentioned in the question. Now we'll have to incorporate the conversions, the conversion period. Now in the question, if it is given that it is compounded annually, if it is given that it is compounded annually, then here I becomes I divided by 1 and N becomes N into 1. Okay, so you can see over here number of conversions is 1 relating to compounded annually. Same effect you have to give it here. Relating to I, you will have to divide I by 1, and relating to N, you will have to multiply N with 1. This effect you have to give if it is compounded annually. Now we'll see in case of compounded semi-annually, right? So semi-annually, here 2. Number of conversions in a year is 2. So what happens here? So compounded semi-annually, then it will be I divide, you have to divide I by 2 and you have to multiply N with 2. So here you have to multiply. For example, if N is given as 5 years, then you have to multiply 5 with 2, then it becomes 10. And if interest rate is given as 5%, then you have to divide it by 2. So 5% will become 5 divided by 5% divided by 2, that is 2.5%. This is how it works. You have to give the effect of conversion periods here to I and N. If you miss this out, then your answer will be wrong and your compound interest and amount calculation will be wrong. Keep this in mind. Now also we'll see for compounded quarterly, then I divided by, how many quarters are there? I divided by 4 and N into 4, right? Then compounded monthly, it will be I divided by 12 and N into 12. Compounded daily, then it is I divided by 365 and N into 365. Hope this is clear. Just keep this in mind and this will be useful for the computations. Okay, now here you can see if you want to just calculate compound interest, you have to follow two formulas, right? 2 steps or 2 formulas. Instead of that, you can have a single formula straight away wherein you can compute the compound interest, and the formula is like this. So P, big bracket open, small bracket, 1 plus I to the power N minus 1 bracket, big bracket close. This formula if you apply, then straight away you can compute compound interest. Okay, so note down all these formulas so that in the further sessions learning we will understand to compute all complicated questions very easily with these two different set of formulas. Earlier we solved one question, right? This one, deposit rupees 50,000, 2 years, 7% per annum compounded annually. How about let's solve this particular same question with the formula what we have written. Let's see. Let me first write down both the different formulas of what we mentioned here in the previous slide of learning. We saw two types of formulas. First we are going to calculate amount, then compound interest, and second is direct formula, that is compound interest. And let's see in both the methods whether we get the same answer or not. So first method is we'll first calculate the amount. So amount is equal to principal into 1 plus I to the power n, and then we are going to calculate compound interest is equal to amount minus principal, and the second method is principal, big bracket open, 1 plus I to the power n minus 1 bracket close. So we'll just fill in the values and we'll see whether the answer matches or not. Principal is 50,000. Okay, so into bracket open 1 plus I. So here, as it is compounded annually, so it will be I divided by 1 and n into 1. It will be one and the same. So I given here is 7%. So 7% is like this, or if you do it in the calculator, 7 divided by 100, then the answer is 0.07, right? So it is 0.07. So just write it here, 0.07 divided by 1 is equal to 0.07. So 1 plus 0.07 and n into 1. So n is 2 years. So 2 into 1 comes answer as 2 only. This will be I and this will be n. This is the converted n and converted I. So n will be 2, right? So 50,000 into 1 plus 0.07 is 1.07 square. Next step, 50,000 into, just do this calculator in calculate 1.07 into 1.07 and answer what you get is 1.449, right? So when you multiply 50,000 with 1.449, your final answer will be 57,245. So we got this answer amount, and now compound interest formula is A minus P. So A is 57,245 minus P, that is principal is given here rupees 50,000. So compound interest is 57,245 minus 50,000. Answer is 7,245. This is in the first method. Now let's just cross verify whether this simplest formula method works and gives the same answer 7,245 or not. So straight away we'll fill the values. 50,000 is principal multiplied by big bracket open 1 plus I. So we can straight away fill from here 1 plus I. The answer here is 1.07, right? So we can straight away fill this 1.07 square minus 1 bracket close, right? So 1.07 square, 1.07 square answer we have it here 1.449. So 50,000 big bracket open 1.449 minus 1, okay, minus 1 bracket close. So 1.449 minus 1 is nothing but 0.449, and here multiply this 50,000. There's a small one which I have missed here, okay, so I'll write it here 1.1449. so it is 1.1449 minus 1, so it will be 0.1449 multiplied with 50,000. So what answer do you get? It will be 7,245. So in both the cases you get 7,245. This is two-step method, this is single formula method, so you can choose any of those, right? So here in this particular question it was very detailed. We calculated for first year, second year, and later on we calculated the final interest amount. Whereas in here with the formula method straight away we could get the compound interest. So I think this formula method is better for situations where lengthy questions are given wherein the number of years are more. It is better to calculate with this formula method. And also you will have to see in the question if it is clearly mentioned that compounded quarterly, semi-annually and all such things, even though the number of years given is less, still preferable go for any one amongst these formulas so that you get the accurate answer and quicker solution is possible. Thank you so much for watching. Have a nice time.